credit to Washington State, where they're a really good basketball team, and they've got a lot to play for, and they delivered on their game plan. They're really well coached. You know, their coaching staff outcoached our coaching staff in getting their team ready to play and compete. We weren't ready to play and compete tonight. And, you know, we always talk about our responsibility being to bring the energy, that every person's responsible for the energy that they bring and the focus that they bring. And it just really, we have 4 controllable statistical categories that we measure every single game, and we didn't meet, we were 0 for 4. It's been a long time since we were 0 for 4 in those controllable categories. So they were the tougher team than us, both mentally and physically, for most of the game. And, you know, we got to figure out what we need to do next. So credit to them. This is an incredibly tough league. But I have to take responsibility for how we came out to compete tonight and get us ready to respond on Saturday.
Open for questions? Yeah.
You guys went 1 for 16 in the first quarter. Can you speak a little bit on the scoring lapses throughout that first quarter and how that impacted your play going into the rest of the game?
We didn't execute together. And when we did get good quality shots, we didn't have each other's back to get on the offensive glass. We always say, you know, are you easy to guard or easy to box out? And the reality was we were easy to guard and easy to box out.
Sorry, I've got another one. This was your first time being out-rebounded since January 13th. Can you talk a little bit about the intensity on the court throughout the game?
There wasn't enough intensity coming from us. Intensity came from Washington State. But, you know, you have to exert so much energy when you're late. When you're late, you got to work harder to catch up. When you have a mental lapse and you're not anticipating and instead you're reacting, bottom line is that, you know, you're actually having to exert more energy. And we played chaotic. We didn't make each other better. We didn't make plays for each other. And that's what I'm most disappointed in, is that, and I think rebounding is such a key. Any coach will tell you, you look across a decade of championship level play, rebounding is always such a huge statistical category. And it's just, you know, it's really about heart, determination, and toughness. And we have showed a lot of heart, determination, and toughness. I'm really proud of how we've grown in the area of rebounding and consistency in that. I wrote it up on the board yesterday, all the last 6 games in our 4 controllable categories. And we didn't win every game, but we were getting better in all those consistency. And that's why I'm so disappointed and sort of flabbergasted of how we could come out this way tonight. So I wish that, you know, the reality is that when you don't make plays together, everything becomes harder. It's like we've tried to play a pickup game, and they were playing this cohesive teamwork game. And you're not going to beat a team like Washington State that way.
Kind of on that note, did you feel like Washington State did something specific to take you out of your game plan and out of your rhythm, or was it more just self?
Well, it's always dangerous to answer that way, because I don't want to take anything away from that they were the more tougher together team. That being said, nothing they did surprised us. There wasn't anything like, ooh, we've never seen that before. They're just really good at what they do. And none of us came into this lightly. That I know about our team. None of us were overlooking them. I mean, look at the passion that Charisma's showing you right now. And, you know, but we have to fight. We got to fight for every inch of improvement, every game you want to play next. And it's got to be in you. And it doesn't matter. Everybody's got a story right now. Everybody's got stuff going on outside of basketball. Everybody has got, you know, not feeling 100%. Everybody's a little banged up. Like, everybody's got something. But whose mental game is strong enough to overcome? Whose commitment to each other and connection to each other is strong enough to do that? And we've been really good at that this year in a lot of ways. And that's what makes me so disappointed in tonight, but it also makes me confident in the way that I think this team can respond. And I'm going to really be relying on our upperclassmen. The freshmen have never been through this, and they're in a lot of pressurized moments, and they don't know what they don't know, and they need to be led, and it starts with me, but I'm relying on our upperclassmen to do that. But nothing Washington State did tonight surprised us, but credit for them executing their game plan and to their identity, and us not executing to ours.
I also did want to ask about the pregame honors and displaying the names of the people who you were playing for. I wanted to ask you both what that meant to you to be able to use your platform in that way.
Yeah, I do. These are hard things because so much goes into this game across the country. It's something that the game of women's basketball has really come together around. And a credit to, Coach Yao. And this is the amazing thing to me. Like, when you think about someone's fight, I think about Coach K. Yao, who started this Pink Game campaign in the month of February across the country. And I remember, I was coaching in the ACC when she was in her deepest battles with her 3-time battle with breast cancer. And to see her fight, to see the way she showed up in spite of all that she was battling. So this is always really meaningful. And, I don't ever want to let just a win and a loss take away that there are deeper things going on. And there are really important fights that are happening. And I know every time, when Tammy Blackburn came at the end of the line and walked with Pam and I, us three holding our signs, I just thought, man, this game is bigger than just a game. And there's a lot of people that are fighting their butts off against this terrible disease. And the least we can do is bring awareness, raise money, honor the people that are fighting so hard, and hopefully, contribute to finding a cure to this terrible disease. And Charisma, you want to talk about what it means to you?
Yeah, I think Coach Cori said it. I think it's just really inspiring. Just Tammy has come to practice and told us her story, and just to hear what she deals with every day. And we get to play basketball, and there's so many good things that we get to do, and she's just fighting for her life. So I think it just puts it into perspective, just to be grateful for our circumstances and what situation we're in. And I think today we just needed to do a better job of having that perspective and play with toughness, because every day she has toughness just in her daily life. So.
I did have one last question for Charisma. Saturday is your last regular season game in Poly. Can you speak a little bit about the sentiments just as your senior season is starting to wrap up the regular conference season play?
Yeah, kind of came quick.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was just a freshman. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to be competing with this team. It's crazy how fast it kind of comes by. But I'm just super grateful for this experience that I've had here, and for my coaches and all the teammates that I've had. They've just made it so much fun, and I've just grown so much as a basketball player and as a person here. So I'm just super excited. I know it's going to be sad. I said I wasn't going to cry, but I'm already crying now, so it probably won't happen. But I'm just super grateful to be here at UCLA.
And we're really grateful that she's been at UCLA, and it doesn't have to be her last game. I'm just throwing that out there.
That's true.
But Charisma, being one of our actually few California kids, let alone Southern California kids, she has represented UCLA so well, who she is in the classroom, her impact on the community, her performance on the court, her competitive nature, her work ethic on the court. The list goes on. The way she goes back to Windward and gives back and is so proud of that. The way that she has been so involved with MTAD, and how she organized the backpack giveaway along with Cam and Compton. The list goes on and on. When you talk about legacy, You know, she's going, obviously her statistics say she's going to be one of the best guards to play here statistically. But, you know, the things that last from your 4 years are who you become and who you impact. And, you know, when you think about who Charisma has come, both as a young woman as well as a basketball player, she can be pretty proud. When you think about who she's impacted, and being a lifestyle giver the way that she has, she can be pretty proud. And that is her legacy. But she can do it for another year if she wants.
It's not off the table.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead. You're fine.
Quickly, the committee released another top 16 today. You had 2 Pac-12 teams on one line, 3 in it. Can you just speak to what that says about the league and how it compares to you for March?
The Pac-12, just percentage-wise, it's the raising. We don't really have a bottom. I mean, you look at, you know, just Washington, which they've done and raised their team. Obviously, what you know, Washington State has done the last really 3 years. This will be their 3rd year in the NCAA tournament. But you know, it's no longer Stanford and the 11 Dwarfs. You know, that's what it used to be, and now it is just so competitive. And you look at Utah, you look at Colorado, you look at, you know, Stanford. Obviously, you look at Arizona, you look at us, you look at the 8 teams that are projected to be in the NCAA tournament, and it's 8 out of 12 or 9 out of 12. I mean, that percentage is just staggering. So this league is so tough, and you know, you have to be ready night in and night out. And as much as this really hurts right now, and we're all really disappointed and angry, quite frankly, the reality is that it teaches you what happens in life. Is that if you're not ready, you know, if you don't take care of the things under your control, there are consequences to that, and we're having to pay the consequence to that. Thank you guys for being here.
You.